It's 9:47 p.m. You're in the bedroom. She says, "Let me see your phone," and your chest tightens. Your hand moves to your pocket. You hesitate for half a second. That half second becomes an interrogation, then a 3-hour breakdown of your day. Then she's cross-referencing your calendar with your texts. By Friday, she's asking why you showered before coming home from work. By Sunday, she's scrolling through your Instagram likes from 3 months ago. In the next 12 minutes, you'll get 4 protocols that stop jealousy cycles before they become week-long investigations, so you can cut multi-day suspicion into single conversations that actually close. This isn't therapy. This is system control. Protocol number 1 takes 90 seconds to deploy and prevents the defensive spiral that makes innocent men look guilty, but most men sabotage it by trying to prove they're trustworthy. This isn't a trust issue, it's a behavior feedback issue. When she questions you and you react defensively, your body language, tone, and word choice mirror guilt behavior. Hesitation reads as calculation. Explanation reads as justification. Reassurance reads as manipulation. The longer you talk, the more data points you give her suspicion to work with. In plain English, you're responding to jealousy accusations while physiologically looking like you have something to hide. Standard advice fails here. Just be honest and transparent. Reassure her you love her. Prove you have nothing to hide. Why it fails? More defending under suspicion creates more data points for pattern matching. Every explanation becomes evidence. Every reassurance becomes exactly what a liar would say. Every "I promise" becomes another line she'll remember when she's looking for inconsistencies. Here's what actually happens. You explain why you were late. She hears evasion. You show her your texts. She finds something else to question. You offer to share your location. She wonders why you're suddenly so willing. The more you give, the more suspicious the giving looks. So you don't communicate better. You install protocols that change the behavioral signature. By the end, you'll also know the one warning sign that means this isn't fixable with structure, because some jealousy is a weapon, not a wound. Its job is to prevent defensive body language from triggering the guilt detection algorithm. You'll know you're in it when your shoulders tense, your voice pitches up half an octave, and you feel the urge to explain before she finishes the sentence. Your throat gets tight. You start mentally rehearsing your defense. You're already calculating what she might find before you even know what she's looking for. Here is the rule. Compliance before explanation. Say, "Yes, here's my phone." Then you hand it over unlocked, immediately, with zero hesitation. No password typing while she watches. No, "What are you looking for?" No, "I can't believe you don't trust me." No, performative sighing. No, screen tilting so you can see what she's looking at. Why it works. Guilty people stall, negotiate, and create friction. They need time to calculate what might be discovered. They offer explanations for things that haven't been questioned yet. Immediate compliance breaks the guilt pattern match. It removes the "he's hiding something" data point before her brain can lock onto it. Think of it like this. A clean phone handed over in 3 seconds sends one message. A clean phone handed over after 30 seconds of "why do you need to see it?" sends the opposite message, even though the phone is identical in both scenarios. Here's how you'll screw this up. You'll hand over the phone, but add commentary. "Fine, but this is ridiculous. I've never given you a reason not to trust me. Why are you being like this? You know you can trust me." Every word after "here's my phone" reintroduces the defensive signature you just eliminated. Do it clean like this. Phone out of pocket, face on lock, hand extended, mouth shut. 3 seconds total. Then you go back to what you were doing. You don't hover, you don't watch her scroll, you don't ask, "Find anything?" when she's done. Right now, set a phone reminder titled "Compliance Kills Suspicion." Next time she asks for anything, your location, your schedule, your phone, deploy immediate yes with zero resistance noise. When you run this protocol, you stop the initial escalation trigger and you get a 60% reduction in interrogation length because you didn't give her defensive behavior to analyze. Let's make this painfully practical. Its job is to prevent unexpected information from looking like caught behavior. You'll know you need it when you have schedule changes, new people in your work environment, or anything that could be misinterpreted if she discovers it secondhand. A new female coworker, a client dinner that runs late, a business trip that got added to your calendar, a LinkedIn message from an ex-colleague. Here is the rule. Volunteer before she asks. Say, "New project manager started this week. Her name's Sarah. You'll probably see her name in my work texts." Then you move on. No justification. No, "Don't worry, she's married." No defense of information you just volunteered. No, "She's not even attractive," or "She's way older than me." You state the fact and you're done. Why it works. Information you volunteer reads as transparency. Information she discovers reads as concealment. Same data, opposite trust signature. Proactive disclosure removes the "why didn't you tell me" escalation point. When she finds Sarah's name in your texts after you told her about Sarah, it's expected. When she finds Sarah's name in your texts and you never mention Sarah, it's a discovery. Discoveries fuel suspicion. Disclosures build trust. Failure mode. You over-explain the preempt. New manager, but she's like 50 and totally not my type. And she actually reminds me of my aunt, and I barely even talk to her. And honestly, I think she's kind of annoying. Now you've made it weird. Now it looks like you're managing her reaction to something that matters. Now she's wondering why you spent 40 seconds telling her about someone you barely talk to. Correction. State facts. Stop talking. Hiring a female assistant. Monday. You'll see her number in my calls. Done. Or, conference got moved to Vegas. Flying out Thursday. Done. Or, running into an old friend for coffee Tuesday. Name's Jessica. Went to college together. Done. Micro drill. Right now, scan the next 7 days. Identify one thing that could look suspicious if discovered later. Text her about it today with zero emotion. Working late Tuesday. Budget meeting moved to 8 p.m. Send it. Don't elaborate. When you run this protocol, you stop the caught dynamic and you get credit for transparency that actually prevents suspicion from forming. Its job is to prevent your routine from becoming evidence. You'll know you need it when she's tracking micro patterns, why you showered at a different time, why you're suddenly texting more, why you changed your coffee order, why you're dressing better, why you left work 10 minutes earlier than usual. Here's what's happening. She's built a baseline of your normal behavior. Any deviation from that baseline triggers investigation. You buy new cologne? Suspicious. You start going to the gym? Suspicious. You change your phone password? Extremely suspicious. Here is the rule. Randomize the innocent. Say nothing. Just change one visible routine every 2 weeks for reasons that have nothing to do with her anxiety. The move? Switch your gym time. Take a different route to work. Start making breakfast on Wednesdays. Wear cologne on random days. Change your morning scroll pattern. Shower at different times. Order different coffee. Rotate your evening routine. Why it works? Jealousy thrives on pattern disruption. If you only change behavior when hiding something, any change becomes a signal. If you regularly change innocuous routines, there's no baseline to measure deviation against. You noise flood the detection system. Think of it like this. If you've worn the same 3 shirts for 2 years and suddenly buy a new one, that's a data point. If you regularly refresh your wardrobe, buying a new shirt is meaningless noise. Here's how you'll screw this up. You'll change something and then explain why. I'm showering in the morning now because it wakes me up better. Started wearing cologne because my coworker mentioned I should. Trying out a new coffee because I read an article about productivity. Now she knows it's intentional. Now she's wondering what the real reason is. Now she's analyzing whether your explanation makes sense. Do it clean like this. Just do it. She notices, you shrug. Felt like it. No story, no justification. Pattern changes become boring instead of suspicious. Right now, pick one routine and break it tomorrow. Don't announce it, don't explain it. Just do it different and act like you always did. When you run this protocol, you stop the "he's acting different," which means he's hiding something spiral, and you get behavioral unpredictability that makes jealousy scanning exhausting and unreliable. Attention reset line. None of this works if you can't handle the next protocol. Its job is to prevent unresolved jealousy from compounding into permanent erosion. You'll know you need it when the same accusation keeps resurfacing, or when she apologizes for being crazy, but then does it again 3 days later. When jealousy becomes background radiation instead of isolated incidents. When you're walking on eggshells trying to not trigger the next round. Here is the rule. Structure the repair, don't wing the reassurance. Say, I hear you. Let's talk about this at 8 p.m. tonight when we're both off screens. Then you set the actual appointment. Calendar it. Don't discuss it before the scheduled time. Don't try to fix it in the moment. Don't let it bleed into the next day. Don't negotiate the time. Pick a specific hour, lock it in, and redirect any further discussion to that window. Why it works? Jealousy conversations under emotional spike produce bad data and zero resolution. You're both flooded. She's in threat detection mode. You're in defense mode. Nothing productive happens. Scheduled repair forces both of you into a structured window where you can actually address the pattern instead of defending the incident. It also trains her that jealousy concerns get addressed, just not on demand. Failure mode? You schedule it, but then try to resolve it quick before the meeting because you can't tolerate the tension. Or you get to 8 p.m. and say, "So are we good now?" instead of running the actual repair. Or you use the scheduled time to defend yourself for 20 minutes instead of building structure. Correction? At 8 p.m., you say, "What would help you feel secure here?" Then shut up. Let her answer. Actually listen to what structure she needs. Then you either build the structure she needs, or you explain what structure you can actually provide. You don't defend the past, you design the future. Example, she says she needs you to text when you're leaving work. You say, "I can do that. Starting tomorrow, I'll text you when I leave the office." Then you do it. Every day. No exceptions. No, "I forgot" after 3 days. Or she says she needs access to your location. You say, "I'll turn on location sharing. Here's how you access it." Then you show her, right then. Micro drill. Right now, open your calendar. Create a recurring weekly 20-minute block titled Relationship Maintenance. This becomes your default repair window. Next jealousy flare, you redirect to that window. Payoff preview? When you run this protocol, you stop jealousy from becoming ambient background noise, and you get contained repair cycles that actually close instead of endlessly reopening. These protocols fail if your partner weaponizes jealousy to control you, punishes transparency with more interrogation, or refuses every structure you offer. If you hand over your phone immediately and she spends 90 minutes looking for something to be mad about, you're not solving jealousy, you're feeding a control pattern. If you preemptively disclose and she escalates anyway because you shouldn't have female coworkers, you're not building trust, you're negotiating with unreasonable demands. If you schedule repair and she sabotages the meeting or refuses to show up, you're not fixing communication, you're diagnosing whether she wants resolution or ammunition. You will have to shut up when you want to defend, preempt when you want privacy, randomize when you want consistency, and repair when you want to avoid. That's the warning sign, repeated sabotage of structure. If every protocol gets weaponized or rejected, you're not dealing with jealousy, you're dealing with something that doesn't want to be fixed. Pick one protocol and deploy it in the next 7 days. Comment protocol number plus the situation you'll use it in. Phone checks, work people, schedule changes, past accusations, social media, late nights. Love is fuel. Structure is the engine. Without structure, the fuel burns the whole system down.